Obviously, you're going to be disappointed. 2 points dropped at home, gave the lead up twice. How did you see that one play out?
I think we played well. I think we did what we were supposed to do for most of the game. DC presented the choice that the challenge that we expected with this long ball to Benteke, and we decided to, after a couple of times that we weren't doing what we were supposed to do, we let him won the ball, and then winning the second ball, it was actually the right way to do it. We create chances. We had a million chances in front of the goal. Unfortunately, we've been a little soft again. We basically gave away a goal, like, it was a gift. And the second goal also, I would say, we've been. I use the same term that I used in Salt Lake. We've been soft. And guys, if you're soft like this, it's hard to win playoff games. And this today was a playoff games. Wednesday will be a playoff games, even with more implication because Wednesday, the two teams that are ahead of us in terms of games played, San Jose and Portland, they don't play. So it's actually a moment where we could go in Seattle if we win with 4 points ahead of the 8th place. So having a little bit of safety of at least one game. But we need to be stronger, better. Again, we've been soft. And if you are soft defensively, then it's very hard offensively, because even if you have, I would say, 4 clear chances in front of the goal, because I want to say the first one is when Richie and Brian, there's 2v1 and Richie make a bad pass. The second one, great save by Bono against Richie, 1v1. The third one is Ryan Raposo in the middle of the box that I think he has been saved on the line. And the fourth one is Ali at the end, 1v1 again against the goalkeeper. So 4 chances at 1v1. It's very hard to score, even if you have 4 chances. And so it shouldn't be easy to score for the other team. Unfortunately, we made that easy with a couple of moments. And I don't want to say we've been unlucky, because luck doesn't exist at the end. It's about us that we need to deserve to be lucky, and today we didn't.
One thing that has gone in favour for you tonight is pretty much most of the other results in the West have gone the Whitecaps' way.
Basically. Yeah, everyone tied, and so the situation is exactly the same like before the game, with 1 game less to play. So you can even look the bright side of the thing, but I think seeing the performance and seeing the fact that we were clearly the best team on the field, we need to be a little pissed because we didn't get the 3 points.
Coach, obviously after a long away stretch, coming back home is always going to be a boost, but do you still feel like your players might have been a little mentally or physically fatigued, and that's why we saw some of the mistakes that we saw out there despite some good passages of play?
So guys, let's take off no one is 100%. No one. This is like the million game on the season, and it's like the 6 or 7 game in not even 20 days. So if you think that someone is 100%, not even the kit manager is 100% now. So that's not even no one. So, but at the same time, the other team is tired too. So it's not that we can't take that as an excuse. So we need to be again better in certain situation, and that is very similar this game, like the game that we did in Salt Lake. Luckily, today we got a point, and but we deserve much more, because we played better than them. We had a lot of chances, and that made us happy in the way of, okay, but we are at the finishing line is there, so we're not here to develop the team at the moment. We're here to get results, so we need to get results.
And next game against St. Louis, obviously first in the West.
Yeah.
looking like they can clinch it actually with a good result on Wednesday. How are you hoping to have the team prepared for such a monumental match, despite how tired they all must be after so many games?
Yeah, everyone needs to be. We have a little advantage that they have to fly from the middle of the United States, basically here, so they will be maybe a little more tired than us, and we need to be ready to go and again do more or less the same game that we did today, because I think that with a little bit more organization, but the idea is more or less the same. St. Louis, they play a very direct game, and so it's gonna win second ball and everything. So play more or less the same game as today because we played well. But again, we need to be stronger and mentally, technically, more in a fighting mode, I would say.
Yeah, Vanni, one thing that has gone very well for you is the dynamic duo up front, Gold and White. 3 scorer points from the two of them today. That puts them at the very top of MLS score when you take the two attacking players together. Just explain to us how important those two have been in this stretch run and how important they are as you get to the playoffs.
They are extremely important, and the way we have to be honest, in the last from the Gold Cup, from June, we built the team around the fact that in order to enhance this partnership, we did everything in order to take off the weight of a defensive work from them sometimes, and make them play as close as we can to each other, make them play as close to the goal that we can, and they paid us back big time. So that's I think they're very important, but also they know that the team has been very important for their success, because the first goal, okay, it's an assist by Ryan to Brian, but it doesn't happen if Richie doesn't do that run on the left. The goal of Brian on the penalty, it happens after a very good play that involved all the team. By the way, I have no idea why they didn't whistle the penalty immediately. That's, for me, inconceivable. And luckily we have VAR. And luckily they didn't have a misunderstanding like in England. So that's yeah, they're doing very well. And they need to continue doing very well because we need them. Against the team is built in a way now that everything goes towards them in the final third, and not to put them under pressure, but they are the guys that they have more chances, and we rely heavy on them.
That's actually wanted to build on that. How do you ensure that in the last games to the playoffs, and then of course in the playoffs, that this productivity continues? Because obviously we all in the room identified the two. That means everyone else in MLS will also
we need to play
them.
well with the other 8 guys. I'll give you an example. In the first half, I thought that we were playing okay, but the distance between the defense, midfield, and the striker were too big, and we weren't able to, I would say, support the striker in the right way. What we did much better in the second half, because we were able to possess the ball a little more, and arrived there with our number 8s, arrived there with a wing back, arrived there even sometimes with Javain from the right center back position doing overlapping. That's the only way that not the only way. That's one way to help them keeping their productivity, because if we think that them by themselves they're gonna score, it's not gonna happen. The other thing is to try, like we did in the final 20 minutes of the game today, and like we did last week in Colorado, to not put everything on them offensively and playing in a different way, playing with Junior as a second number 10, so we have even another threat. So it's either, okay, they put 3 guys there and then we have more space wide, or we can find a numerical superiority inside. Those are the 2 ways, basically.
Hey, Vanni. In terms of confidence, mentality, team identity, who you guys want to be. These last 3 games, is your primary goal as a team to make the playoffs or to finish in the top 4?
To make the playoff is the primary goal. That's the thing. Only if you make the playoff, then you can think about going into the top 4. I said it that we could have talked about top 4 after these 2 games, today and St. Louis. So I think even if we win against St. Louis, it's going to be hard to say we're going to arrive in the top 4. So let's arrive into the playoff. Then the playoff is going to be, well, we have a very good team. I think that we can beat every team. So if we get into the playoff, I think we can do a deep run if we arrive 4th, 5th, 6th. So at the end, it's like the first round, you need anyway to play 1 game away. 1 game is home, 1 game away is guaranteed. Then is the eventual 3rd game that you need to play home or away. So that's I think the objective now is to finish in the first 7th place, like we are. Like it's still broadly in our possibility.
The last 2 results, I mean, winless now in 4 games.
Yeah.
The last 2 results have come against teams that are below the playoff line,
Yeah.
where you've had to really fight and scratch to get those points. Does that concern you at this point of the season?
No. First of all, there were 2 different games. Last game wasn't a very good game, to be honest, but for a million reasons. The altitude, the last game of the 7-game stretch and whatever. Today, it doesn't concern me in terms of performance because I think we played very well, and it concerns me because we've been, again, soft. And we need to switch a mentality. We need to be a little bit more focused and not give you an example. If we have the chance to win the ball 3 times in the occasion of the 2nd goal, because we are there and tactically we are there with a lot of players and we need to win this ball. If we have the chance to not make the mistake to give away the ball and score a goal, that is another conceptual mistake, because every time that they press us with 4 or 5 guys, we won the long ball, like it happened on the first goal. Basically, they were boom, we skip and then we go to goal. We are killing ourselves, and we need to be better there.
One last one.
You talked this week about the difference of being a good team versus a very good team and making that step up in big matches. Do you kind of see this result as a bit of a missed opportunity in showing that?
I totally see that. I think today we've been a good team. We've not been a very good team. A very good team would have won today because we deserve to win. Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.